Okay, I think we're going to get started. We are so happy to have all of you here with us today to celebrate our Founders Award nominees and our Jacoby Award nominees, and to honor CF Center social workers. My name is Beth Suffian, and many of you know me as the director of the CF Legal Information Hotline and the CF Social Security Project. But in my spare time, I serve on the board of directors of the CF Roundtable. So if you're not familiar with us, then there's one on your table, and you have these new little cards that are hot off the press that we are going to be sending to CF centers to give to your patients. The newsletter is now free, and your patients just need to enroll online. They can get a hard copy, or they can view the newsletter online. I'd like to thank my award committee, other members of the Usacfa board, Piper Beatty, Jeannie Hanley, who's our president, and Laura Mensch. And I want to thank my staff, Lacey McCaslin, Valika Johnson, Amy Sobchak, and Brenda Sanchez, who are sitting over here. And they have also been... They've been very instrumental not only in planning this event, but in helping us help over 6,000 people with CF each year. So we are very happy that they are here this morning. I'd like to thank the wonderful family who has anonymously donated the funds that we are using to videotape this event. They have a wonderful daughter with CF, and she was not able to attend, and they wanted to make sure that we had a video not only for her, but for everyone in the CF community to view. So hopefully that will be on our website in about 2 weeks. So I'd like to introduce the two Usacfa board members who are here. Miranda Honecker, do you want to stand up? And then Chris Kvam, who's also going to be helping me today. So my friend Chris, who you just met, says that running has been one of the keys to his success in living life with CF. Since the only time you're going to see me run is if there's a fire, or let's be totally honest, if there's a sale on purses. I needed something else to help me face the challenges that CF presents, and I found that in the CF Roundtable. So the CF Roundtable for me has been such an important thing in my life. It's taught me how to accept CF, and it's taught me how to embrace CF, and it's brought me in communication with people with CF who has really enriched my life and who have helped me through difficult times and through good times. And we really encourage everybody now, at a time when people with CF are often afraid of other people with CF. We want all the centers to reach out to their patients so that if they don't know anyone with CF, they can read the newsletter and they can meet people with CF. They can correspond with people via email and on the phone. They can write articles for our newsletter, which we love, and they can become involved in the organization. So I did just want to quickly tell you, people have been asking, how do we pick our nominees for these awards, and how is the winner chosen? So we just want to say, I feel like it's like the Academy Awards, you know, when they bring out someone and they tell you Price Waterhouse has guarded the voting. And so don't worry, we're not going to start singing and dancing and taking off our clothes or anything. So what we do is we call for nominations for both awards to the CF community, both in our newsletter and online. And we have a 3-month period where people can submit nominations. And then the people on the Usacfa board vote for the person who becomes the winner. Although this year we really didn't want to vote because we had such good nominees that we wanted to give all of them the award. But I was told by some other board members that this is America and we have to choose a winner. And so we're going to both honor the nominees today, but we will also announce a winner. So we're going to do something a little radical for the next about 7 or 8 minutes. We're going to ask you to put away your phones. I know this is really crazy. And we are going to have a candle lighting ceremony to remember the namesakes for these 2 awards, Dr. Jacoby and our founders. And what we've done is we saw last week that there were so many major supporters of the Roundtable here and so many prominent people in the field of adult care. And we've asked those people to light candles for each founder. So while we're doing this, this is similar to if you've been to the CFRI conference in California. They have a memorial where they light candles for people that have passed away, and they talk about each person. So we don't have time to do that in full, but we ask that while we're lighting the candles, you think of your patients or people you've known with CF who are no longer with us and how important they are to you, and think about your patients now, or people that you know with CF now who inspire you to do the great work that all of you are doing. So the first person whose memory we're going to honor is Dr. Jacoby. So Dr. Jacoby was a CF physician. And he also had CF. So if you're longtime readers of the Roundtable, you know he was our medical advisor, and he also wrote many beautiful articles in our newsletter. He was what his patients called an angel, and that's why we've named the award the Jacoby Angel Award. He was selfless. He worked night and day to help people with CF at a time when we didn't have much treatment. So this is in the 80s. You know, there were none of the medicines that we all use now and that you all prescribe, and it was a difficult time, but he faced the challenges with courage and comforted his patients. And we honor his memory today by asking Dr. Walker and Dr. Berdella, the 2 physicians who worked with him at St. Vincent's, to light the first candle in his memory. Okay. So now we're going to honor the memories of our founders. And our first founder was Lisa McDonough. And Lisa is the one who came up with the idea of having a newsletter for people with CF. So she produced 4 issues on her own in 1989. So this was before the internet, to before computers so much. And I'm really not sure how she did it, but she was such a determined woman, and she saw the need for a newsletter for adults with CF. So we're going to ask Joan Finnegan Brooks to come light the first candle for the real first founder of the CF Roundtable, Lisa McDonough. So Lisa realized she needed help after 1989, that she couldn't really do it all herself and take care of herself. And so in 1990, she asked for help. And 4 people responded to her call. So the first person was Joe Kowalski. And we asked Dr. Jeff Wine and Marlene Wine to light a candle for him. One of the other people who came to Lisa's aid was Connie Knowles, and we asked Dr. Euler to light a candle for Connie. The third person was Larry Culp, who, if anyone knew him, he was a firebrand and really worked very hard to make sure that the Roundtable had not only interesting articles, but articles that couldn't be found anywhere else. And we asked Dr. Marcia Katz to light a candle for Larry Culp. The next person that was on the initial Founders Board was Ken O'Brien, and we asked Paul and Debbie Matenko to light a candle for Ken. So Pat Lundquist quickly answered the call for help and became the associate editor, and we asked Dr. Julie Biller to light a candle for Pat. We had two founders that are still living, and we want to recognize them, Melinda Timmermans and Kathy Russell. Kathy Russell, I don't know, how old is she? I think she's in her 70s. She is still editing our newsletter, although she's no longer on the board. So we honor those two women as well. So we had two other women who were not founders at the very beginning, but who made a tremendous impact on the organization. So they were two of my dearest friends, and they were such a support system for so many people with CF around the country. And so the first person is Catherine Martinet, and we asked Dr. Noreen Hennig to light a candle for her. And then I now realize we're one candle short, but we'll still honor the amazing Pammy Post, who never had a bad word to say about anyone, ever, and who showed all of us at the round table what it meant to live CF to the fullest, and to make sure that every day you helped someone less fortunate than yourself. And we ask one of our initial, most steadfast supporters, Dr. Yankaskis, to light a candle for her. So we appreciate this time to honor the memory of these wonderful people who really laid the groundwork at a time when there were no organizations for people with CF, and many adults had no idea that there was anyone else their age that was living with CF. And now we have over 5,000 people who read our newsletter. And I think that our founders and Dr. Jacoby would just be amazed at not only how far you all have brought treatment for CF, but how people with CF are now able to live such fulfilling lives and to do so much more because of all of your help and because of all of the new treatments that we have, and really also because of the support that they have from groups like Usacfa. So now I'm going to call on Chris Pham to recognize our sponsors.
We thank the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, Gilead, the Boomer Esiason Foundation, the estate of Pamela Gordon Beaton, AbbVie Pharmaceuticals, Foundation Care, CF Services, Hillrom, and our newest sponsor, Modern Health.
So now we're going to recognize past award recipients. This is our first public award ceremony, and we thought since we have two of our past winners, one who was given the award in the privacy of his office, and another who had a ceremony just with his center. So we wanted to recognize our past recipients of the awards who are here. First, I will tell you that our past recipients of the Jacoby Award are Michelle Compton, Susan Burrows, Pammy Post, and in 2013, Jerry Cahill. So we only give the award every 2 years, and sometimes it's even longer. So past recipients of the Founders Award include Robin Petrus, Dorothy Hello, Dr. Jim Yankaskis, and Dr. Jerry Nick. So we're going to just quickly talk about the two that are here, Dr. Nick and Dr. Yankauskas, so that they also have a public recognition of their award. So Dr. Nick was presented the award in 2013 in honor and recognition of his extraordinary efforts to help adults with CF. He's the director of the largest CF center for adults in the U.S., seeing over 600 patients at National Jewish in Denver. He provides quality, compassionate care to his patients and teaches his team of 25 to do the same. No patient is denied care, regardless of insurance, at Dr. Nick's clinic, and any patient who needs to be seen is seen, even if that means he gets home very late. He is a researcher, in addition, looking for new ways to treat CF. He has served on the CF Center Committee, helping other centers achieve excellence in care. And if you heard on Wednesday, there was a new application to the FDA to ask for approval for Kalydeco for people with residual function mutations. And Dr. Nick is the one who not only led that study, but who conceived of the study. And our other two nominees today, Connie and Marion, are the two research coordinators who worked on that study. So if you could just stand, Dr. Nick, and we'll... So I think you were our first Founders Award winner, Dr. Yankauskas. He says yes. And I remember many years ago visiting him in his office, and he was so proud of his little statuette that he had gotten as a Founders Award winner. So he is a professor of medicine at the University of North Carolina and medical director of the medical ICU. In 1985, he developed and reported the human airway epithelial cell cultures that preserve the ion transport properties that characterize CF and non-CF airways. So for someone who's a lawyer, became a lawyer because she was not good at science, I think that was a mouthful. He's co-director of the UNC Adult CF Center and has served on the CF Center Committee for over 11 years. He currently works on integrating laboratory research and clinical problems and developing quality improvement methods. He has been a tireless supporter of the Roundtable, and in our early days, he would send us notes and letters and tell us how important the work we were doing, and it was so important for us to hear from such a leader in the CF community. And I think many of you would agree that he's really the father of adult CF medicine, that he saw the need for adult physicians, and that we are way ahead of all the other diseases in having such a sophisticated network of adult CF centers. And I think Dr. Yankauskas is one of the people to thank for that. So. And now we're going to have the presentation of the Founders Award by our board member, Chris Pham.
The Founders Award nominees are an exceptional group. Their experiences span a wide range of areas. The award is meant to honor a person who exemplifies the qualities of the founders of the United States Adult CF Association, a demonstrated commitment to help adults with CF. This year's Founders Award nominees are Jessica Martins. Jessica Martins has been volunteering for the CFRI for many years. She has been a CFRI board member since 2003 and continues to serve on the board. She has also been on the CFRI Summer Retreat Committee as a co-chair for 8 years. Jessica has been a strong advocate for the continuation of the CFR retreat. She spends over 100 hours a year working towards developing a wonderful week-long CF retreat at which she volunteers her time for the entire week. Jessica's best friend growing up, Bridget, had CF. Bridget introduced Jessica to CFRI and brought Jessica to the retreat for the first time over 16 years ago. Bridget passed away almost 8 years ago, and Jessica makes sure the retreat continues to honor her memory. Her dedication and determination to keep the retreat alive is the primary reason the retreat still continues. Our second nominee is Dr. Michael Boyle. Dr. Boyle is the new Vice President of Therapeutics Development at the CF Foundation. Since 1999, Dr. Boyle has served as an Associate Professor of Medicine and Director of the Adult CF Program at Johns Hopkins. He attended Johns Hopkins University and completed both his residency in internal medicine and his fellowship in pulmonary and critical care medicine at Johns Hopkins. Dr. Boyle became committed to CF care at the beginning of his medical training and has devoted the past 20 years to treating patients and developing therapies to treat CF. He still sees patients 1 day a week at Hopkins. He has been the principal investigator on several critical CF research studies, and he has worked with the CF Foundation on national patient education programs and national quality improvement programs in CF centers. Our third nominee is, please come up as you are called. Jessica as well. Our third nominee is Marion Jones and Connie St. Clair. Marion and Connie have served as research coordinators at the Adult CF Center at National Jewish Hospital in Denver for over 20 years. Their dedication to CF research has helped to develop new treatments for adults with CF. Connie and Marion have served for 10 years as nurses in the Denver Adult CF Center, as well as the Denver Pediatric Center, offering excellent care and kindness to all of their patients. They coordinate complex clinical trials that involve patients from throughout the United States. Connie and Marion's attention to detail and concern for their patients has resulted in important research data that is used to further potential therapies in the CF community. Connie and Marion have been co-authors on over 14 published studies and articles related to CF research. Connie and Marion have further developed the science that has led to innovative treatments for adults with CF, and they have done so while providing the encouragement and concern for their patients that is a model for all CF research coordinators. Please come forward. Our final nominee this year is James Passamo, JD. James is a partner at the law firm of Suffian and Passamano in Houston. He has spent his legal career fighting for the rights of people with CF. He works behind the scenes securing major victories for people with CF in the areas of health insurance, Medicare and Medicaid coverage, social security benefits, employment discrimination, and education. He has worked for over 21 years with Beth to help people with CF. For 6 years in the 1990s, he successfully brought over 12 cases in one state against Medicaid agencies who would not cover the vest and other necessary treatments for CF. He helped over 500 people in those class actions and thousands more who now obtain coverage. In 2014, Jim learned that the state of Arkansas would not cover Kalydeco for 3 girls ages 13, 19, and 20 due to the cost of the medication. He represented them pro bono in federal court in a civil rights lawsuit against the state of Arkansas. This practice represents the best aspirations of law. It is selfless, it seeks justice for the vulnerable, and in doing so, it empowers. It demonstrates the true power of the law and of medical legal partnerships, and it benefits every person with CF, not just those clients he represented, but every single person with CF, regardless of their income, regardless of their family resources, and I aspire as an attorney to one day do work that is that important. James is this year's winner.
Thank you. I have to say, this is really quite a surprise for me. I was helping Beth organize this thing, and I had no idea that it was. But I just want to say that when I saw that I was nominated along with Marion and Connie, whose work I know and admire, and Jessica, who I see the results of the wonderful program in California, and Michael Boyle, who I met 20 years ago in Houston and have followed and admired ever since. I feel like a kid on a Little League team who's been somehow voted to the All-Stars. And to join the ranks of Jerry Nick and Dr. Yankaskis, who also I've known for years, and you don't know this, but I've also seen what you do and see what you do with your patients, and the patient that I'm most concerned about. And it's really tremendous work. So thank you all for this, and thank all of you for what you do for people with CF. Because in places you will never go, and in faces you will never see, you make a tremendous difference. So thank you.
So just so you know, the Price Waterhouse doesn't, Jeannie Hanley handled when we saw that Jim was nominated, so our president, Jeannie Hanley, she handled the Founders Award voting process. So I am surprised as well, and just thrilled with all of our nominees, and of course thrilled that Jim is recognized for all the work that he does, often behind the scenes, but that has a tremendous impact on the ability of people with CF to access medication. And in Arkansas, he really worked for 10 months full-time on that case for no pay, with very difficult circumstances going against an entire state. And he did it because he believed in the idea that everyone with CF should have access to the medications that you all are developing, and that if you're poor, you should still have the right to live a full life with CF. So now we're going to give our Jacoby Award, or talk about our nominees, and none of the nominees are here. They all have cystic fibrosis. The award is given to someone who's made a difference in the lives of one or many people, and whose life mirrors the dedication and commitment to helping others that Dr. Jacoby had during his lifetime. So the nominee must be 18 years of age, must not be a board member of Usacfa, must be living at the time of the nomination, and must have CF. Our first nominee is Emily Kramer Golenkoff. She's a 30-year-old with CF who has developed an extraordinary fundraising and CF awareness programs. She's the founder of something called Emily's Entourage, of a group, a patient advocate, and a frequent speaker at medical conferences. She has a master's degree in bioethics and is a national leader in the patient advocacy community and an expert on healthcare social media issues. She serves as a committee member for various strategic initiatives of the CF Foundation, and her organization in January 2015 organized an international conference with attendees from around the world that focused on nonsense mutations and provided the rare forum for discussion of non-Delta 508 mutations and potential research and treatment. She is a devoted sister and is tireless in her efforts to help others with CF, giving support online really daily to those in need of an understanding friend. So we honor Emily Kramer Golenkoff today. Our second nominee is Bill Elder. He joined the First Lady, Michelle Obama, as a guest of the 2015 State of the Union address. When asked how it felt to be representing the CF community at the State of the Union address, Bill said it was a humbling experience and pointed out that the fight was not yet over to find a cure for CF. Bill's life story was featured on the White House website, and while some people with CF keep their disease a secret, Bill had no reservations about telling his story to a national audience. He did so with courage and conviction. A few weeks after the State of the Union address, Bill attended a meeting at the White House where President Obama outlined the details of the president's precision medicine initiative. The president then asked Bill to share his success story. Caught off guard, Bill explained how precision medicine had helped him because he has benefited from being on Kaleido. But he didn't stop there. He said that there were still many people with CF in need of precision medicine, in need of medicine to help them treat CF. He's been an active volunteer with the CF Foundation. He and his family have helped to organize 20 different major fundraisers for the CFF. And if you've met his parents, Teresa and Bill, and you haven't met their son, you know that they are two of the kindest, most generous people, and it's easy to see that they have raised a son who is so caring and so concerned about other people with CF. He's a third-year medical student in Ohio, studying to be a family practitioner, and we're so excited to have him as a nominee. So our third nominee is Emily Shaler. She's the founder of something called Rock CF. Probably most of you know her. It's a nonprofit organization that raises money and awareness for CF. She used to play the drums for an all-girl rock band, Helen, and I know she played at one of the NACFC events many years ago. This led to her first fundraising idea to have rock concerts, and she convinced her brother to help her to organize these concerts to raise money for CF. She holds these concerts every year and also holds a marathon called the CF Rivers Half Marathon, which had 2,300 runners this year. She also started the Rock CF Kicks Back program, which donates running shoes throughout the year to people with CF and pays for their entry fee in running races. She's a frequent speaker. She has one of the most positive attitudes you'll probably ever see. She is an enthusiastic supporter of the Roundtable, and we are so proud to have her as one of our nominees. So our last nominee is someone probably most of you know as well, Isabel Stencil Burns. She has spent her entire life raising awareness about CF and her adult life promoting organ donation throughout the United States and Japan. Isabel and her sister Annabelle wrote their memoir, The Power of Two, a twin triumph over cystic fibrosis, which was published in 2007. We think it's the only book written by someone with CF about their life that is now in its second printing. And that came out with an additional 50 pages a few months ago. So if you haven't read the additional 50 pages, I encourage you to do so. The book has sold thousands and thousands of copies. Their story has brought the stencil story of hope to the CF community and the greater world community. And the book was also published in Japan. So then the Stencils, Isabel and Annabelle, had a documentary made about their life, The Power of Two, which won 10 awards and was shown at 30 film festivals around the country. It's available on numerous online sites and is a powerful portrayal of the power not only of two sisters, but also of their miraculous battle against CF and their survival through bilateral lung transplant. So when Isabel and Anna went to Japan in 2007, Japan had a law that said that if there was not medical research done on a drug in Japan, you could not sell a drug in the country. So there were 45 children with CF who had almost no medication to treat their disease. Isabel and Annabelle decided that this was unacceptable. They went to the Japanese parliament and lobbied. They met with numerous people traveled around the country promoting their book, but also advocating that the law be changed. And of course, in true stencil fashion, the law was changed, and people with CF in Japan now have access to medication. I don't know, it just makes me so honored to know Isabel and to have known Annabelle, and to realize that two people with CF can change the laws not only of the US, but of another country. And by doing so, they have saved the lives of not only people with CF right now in Japan, but those who will come in the future. Isabel's twin, Anna, passed away 2 years ago from cancer, but she has continued to advocate for organ donor awareness and has set up a fund for colon cancer screening and a special research project at UCSF to investigate colon cancer and stomach cancers in people with CF. She's an active volunteer at CFRI and with the U.S. Transplant Games. In 2014, she was named Best Athlete of the entire Transplant Games. She is also a social worker at a hospice and helps families who are grieving the loss of their family members. Every day, because of Isabel's stencil, more and more people around the world know about CF and what it's like to live with CF, some good and some bad. And every day someone signs up to be an organ donor, it is probably because they've heard the stencil's powerful story, and they've realized how precious every day is and how important it is to live your life helping others. I know you all do that, and we honor Isabel Stencil as our Jacoby Angel Award winner today. So we're in the home stretch. I know you want to go to the plenary, but we are going to honor our CF social workers, except my list is right there. So when we call your name, if you could come up, we would really appreciate honoring the social workers who often I think are the unsung heroes of our CF centers, but who really are the glue that hold them together. So we recognize Amy Purdy, Alyssa Engel Cohen, Bethany Donath, Allison Baker, Donna Gank, Cindy Green, Susan Junn, Martha Markovitz, Abby Moog, Amy Mueller, Keisha Nelson, Amanda Poole, Anna Salidas, Melanie Scheckman, Connie Sigley, Pamela Stopczynski, Kim Rand, Courtney Trout, Simone Williams, Jana Yaley, and Kyle. What's Kyle's last name? That's a hard name, Fischler. Kyle. And has anyone else snuck in that's a social worker? John Nash, oh my God, we had to get him something special. So we do thank the scarves that we are obviously not giving the two men, but the scarves have been donated by Aviva Suffian and Sandy Suffian, and those are my sisters. They are ardent supporters and readers of the Roundtable. And I know there's a vicious rumor that I like to shop, but let me tell you, Aviva and Sandy, I am like a novice shopper compared to Aviva and Sandy, and so they have picked out some nice gifts for our social workers. Thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate your support of this organization. Have a wonderful meeting, and thank you all for what you do every day to help adults with CF.